The storm had been raging across the red plains of Mars Colony 9 for 3 days straight. Wind screamed against the domes, dust tore across the colony walls like a living thing, and the temperature dropped low enough to freeze oxygen lines. Inside the outpost, Elliot Kane, a salvage technician and former soldier, sat alone in his quarters, listening to the hum of life support systems. His wife had died 3 years ago during an off-world collapse mission, and since then, silence had become his only companion. Until that night, he was out near the crash field of Sector Delta, searching for lost cargo units blown off transport routes, when his scanner caught something strange, a faint life signal. At first, he ignored it. The storm readings were unstable. Interfering could easily mimic a heartbeat. But then he heard it again, softer, clearer this time. A pulse, a cry, and then, through his comms, a voice barely audible, trembling like a breeze. Daddy. Elliot froze. His hands trembled as he checked his equipment. Control, I've got an anomaly, he said. Possibly a survivor. Static answered him. The storm had cut communication. He was alone. He followed the signal to the edge of a ravine, where debris from what looked like an alien vessel lay shattered, metallic shards glinting blue under his flashlight. At the center of it, wrapped in some kind of bioluminescent sac, was a small, trembling form. A baby. Not human. Not entirely. Its skin was faintly translucent, like glass reflecting starlight. Its eyes were enormous and dark, glowing faintly from within. Tiny veins of light pulsed through its body, and when Elliot touched the sac, the baby whimpered. And again, in a whisper so soft it seemed to echo inside his mind. Daddy. Elliot stumbled backward, heart pounding. The voice wasn't coming through air. It was inside his head. Telepathic. He looked around the wreckage. There were no survivors, no pods, no tracks. Whoever left this child had done it intentionally. Who could leave you out here? He murmured, kneeling. The baby reached out with a trembling hand and grasped his glove. Despite the alien features, the gesture was heartbreakingly familiar. Elliot sighed and lifted the sack gently. All right, little one, let's get you warm. Back at the outpost, he placed the being in a containment cradle, adjusting the oxygen mix. The baby's chest rose and fell slowly, but its glow dimmed with every breath. Come on, Elliot whispered, connecting nutrient lines. Stay with me. The AI medical system scanned it, analyzing its DNA structure. Warning, it said in a neutral tone. Subject is non-human. Genetic patterns unidentified. Suggest isolation. Elliot frowned. She's a child, not a contagion. The AI paused. Correction. He. Genetic sex. Male. Estimated age. 4 months. Elliot sat beside the cradle, watching the baby's glow pulse faintly. All right then, he murmured. Let's keep you alive, little star. The baby stirred. His voice brushed Elliot's mind again. Daddy, cold. Elliot hesitated, then took off his thermal jacket and wrapped it gently around the sack. There, you'll be okay. The glow brightened, and for the first time in years, Elliot smiled. Days passed. The storm broke, revealing the pale sunrise of Mars. The baby, whom Elliot started calling Nova, grew stronger, drinking specialized nutrient fluid and sleeping soundly in the warmth of the outpost lights. But something else was happening. Each day, Nova's body changed slightly. His skin thickened, his eyes became more human, and his voice became clearer. He could now speak softly through the telepathic link. You sad? Nova said one night. Yeah, Elliot replied quietly. A little. Where Mommy? Elliot froze. She's gone, kiddo. Nova blinked. Gone like stars go. Yeah, Elliot whispered. Just like stars. The boy reached out and touched Elliot's chest. You, right here, he said, his hand glowing faintly. Elliot didn't understand, but warmth spread through him. Real warmth, deeper than anything he'd felt since his wife's death. For the first time in a long while, he didn't feel empty. But peace never lasts long on Mars. On the 7th day, the sky tore open with light. A massive vessel appeared over the colony, sleek, silver, and utterly alien. Every system in the outpost went red. A voice came through on all frequencies. Return the child of Illyrian to us, human. It is not yours to keep. Elliot looked down at Nova, whose glow dimmed in fear. Daddy, he whispered, clutching Elliot's arm. He grabbed his pulse rifle. You're not taking him. Elliot Kane, the voice replied, emotionless. You do not comprehend what you hold. That child is not a being. It is a weapon, the last of the Illyrian seed. Its energy destabilizes space-time. Elliot's heart sank. Here's a baby. Incorrect. It is an energy core in biological form. Its purpose is not survival, it is detonation. Suddenly, alarm screamed. Nova's glow intensified, blinding white light filling the chamber. The AI shouted warnings. Energy levels exceeding safety limits. Containment breach imminent. Elliot turned to Nova, panicked. Stop. You're hurting yourself. Tears streamed down the child's glowing cheeks. Don't let them take me. Daddy, please. Elliot fell to his knees, clutching the boy's small hand. I won't. I promise. And then, instinctively, he placed his forehead against Nova's. A surge of light shot through him. Memories, emotions, whole galaxies of pain and love flooding his mind. He saw flashes, an alien mother hiding her infant, soldiers closing in, the desperate decision to leave the child behind so he could survive. Nova wasn't a weapon. He was a result of two species merging, half human, half Illyrian. Elliot gasped. You're mine. Nova nodded faintly. Mummy said, you'd come. The alien vessel descended. Energy beams cut into the outpost, tearing through metal and stone. Elliot grabbed the boy, running through collapsing corridors toward the escape hatch. Hold on, Nova. The ship fired. The ground erupted. Elliot threw himself over the boy as a blast consumed him in white light. And then, silence. When Elliot opened his eyes, everything was gone. The outpost, the aliens, the storm. He stood in an endless white void, holding Nova in his arms. A woman stood before him, radiant, alien, yet familiar. You kept your promise, she said softly. Elliot's heart clenched. You're his mother. She nodded. I couldn't save him. But you could. The light within him has stabilized. You've given him something no machine could. Love. Nova looked up at her and smiled. Mommy, Daddy. The woman placed a hand on both of them. The universe has forgotten what that word means. Perhaps he can remind it. And just like that, she faded into light. Elliot woke up on the red sands, the storm gone. The alien ship had vanished, leaving only silence. In his arms, Nova slept peacefully, no longer glowing, just breathing softly like any child. Elliot looked up at the twin moons above and whispered, You're home now, little star. And somewhere deep in space, 1,000 stars flickered, as if the universe itself exhaled in relief.